All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to California. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League King of the Oval Series has a little stock car action for you this week at Cali. It's race number 5 of the season, and we've got a tie for the championship lead. This could be a big one, man. Cali's a tough track on older tires. Who's got what it takes to be the king of Cali? Well, I'm going back to Cali. Cali. Going back to Cali in the King of the Oval Series. Come on, boys and girls. It's live tonight right here on TurnLeft TV. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeft TV tonight. We got a good one here for you tonight at California. It's like Claudio Bardelli Jr. has already been here in the chat session. Where's Givaldo? He's a little bit late tonight. He's out on the track getting some practice in. There he is, right on cue. There we go. Good to see Givaldo in here. Claudio, good luck to those guys tonight. So this is California, and fun track, man. I think it just gets loose a little bit late in the run. Located in Fontana, California. Race number 5 of a 14-race season. So we're at the stock cars tonight. Next week we'll be in Indy cars. We'll step on the gas. And 2-mile oval. And I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator. Round number 5 tonight. Headed your way. Thanks so much for coming in. Bardelli Jr., they're getting a little bit loose. I got Charlotte still up there. You see, I always forget it. Where's my people? Where is my people? There we go. Apple Valley in the game, California. We know it, located in Fontana, California. 2-mile. It's kind of a medium banked oval. Banking in the turns is 14 degrees. Front stretch 11 degrees. Back stretch at 3 degrees. And this thing does get a little bit loose. There's a lot of room to race here tonight at the Auto Club Speedway. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, or how about your website hosting, or your online store, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting, all available through EliteHostingUSA.com. The rFactor 2 server, no matter where you are in the world, Elite Hosting can provide you with a server in your local area for your league. Contact EliteHostingUSA.com for more detail. Thank you for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeft TV tonight. And man, we had a great one last night in the Steve Freeze Memorial 250, and let's get another one in the books here tonight at Fontana in the Kodo Series, the King of the Oval Series. It's race number 5. Stock cars here tonight. Thanks to everybody out there. Peace. And hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you're here. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeft TV or High Octane Racing League, you can click on that donate to my channel button. And thanks to all those folks who have subscribed and continue to come back, and all those folks who invite others to come out and check us out here on TurnLeft TV. We've got a good one here tonight. California is a lot of fun, a lot of room to race here, and guys are going to have to exercise a little bit of patience because this thing is going to get loose as the run goes on. And again, thanks for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeft TV. I think we're in the qualification session now, so guys will get their cars out on the track. Looks like Preston Hassel, the first one out. We'll take a look at him. 27 car, Twix sponsor machine. How wide that track is. There's really a lot of room to race here. I think as the run goes on, you'll see guys drifting up to the high side. So, first car out on the track is the Ford Mustang, the number 27 of Preston Hassel, one of our New Hampshire drivers. A 37.906 for Preston Hassel. Take a look at Sean Jacobs, the 24 car, Vulcan's sponsored machine. Cal U Vulcans. Right now in that first segment, a little bit faster here than Preston Hassel. Gomez now to the top of the grid with the 37.817, and Sean Jacobs shooting for that time. $37.642, a new leader here on the grid is Sean Jacobs. Take a look at Archibald in the 4X car. His first time lap. A little bit loose there. That back end looked like it wanted to scoot around, but loose is fast. He's a little bit faster in that first segment. A bit slower in that second segment. Let's see, 37.595. So he puts down the fastest lap. Now Archer Vienna the top time. Now Jair Oliveira in the 7X car. And he's on par there for that first lap. That first segment. segment right there. Let's see where he is for segment number 3. 37.995. It looks like he is 6th on the grid. Dennis Uderchin, looks like he is pulling off there, and Uderchin is currently 10th on the grid. Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car. Looks like a Givaldo going to call off that one. He's gotten an 8th place run here, so Bardelli Jr. to the top of the grid. How about Claudio Bardelli Jr.? Looks like that is all of the drivers who are going to qualify. And we've got several drivers who did not choose to qualify. We'll start in the back. Hey, coming up tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Quals, Portugal, in a High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. Race number 5, and actually this is going to be a tough track, I think, but a fun track. Really not a hard track, but just tough in the sense that there is one corner there it's a little bit tough, but 45-minute race number 5 of the season, and that racing starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series, coming up on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bushwhacker Series will be back in action after a great race last night. We'll be at Lucas Oil Raceway for race number 6 of the season. And 140-lap race there coming up on September the 23rd. And we want to say what a great race that was last night in the Steve Freeze Memorial 250, as we honored Steve Freeze. And we want to say congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. for getting that win last night. A huge, huge win in a big field in a very tough race. Fun race, really, to watch. And that is available on YouTube, so check it out there. That's the Steve Freeze Memorial 250 at Charlotte. What a great race that was last night. I want to say thanks to all those folks who came out and participated, all those folks who watched the race as well. Appreciate that. So right now these guys are in the drivers' meeting after finishing qualifications, and we thank you for coming out here and joining us on Turn Left TV. Let's get this party started. All right, welcome back. Qualifications have finished. We'll take a look at the qualification results. Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets the top time, 37.548. Outside pole will be Arthur Vieira in the 4X car. Sean Jacobs will start third. Preston Hassel fourth. Thiago Gomez and Jair Leveda will start row 3. Tim Lansbury, Givaldo Spindler start in row 4. Will Dunbar, Dennis Jr. should start row 5. John Stanley in the 12 car will start in the 11th position. If our side-by-side race view is working, looks like it is. Don't forget, coming up on Friday, Lucas Oil Raceway, 140 laps, race number 6 of the Bushwhackers Series season. Racing starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Actually, that's quals. Racing starts about 9:15 or so. Come on out and join us. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. We got a good one for you tonight. Well, my keys to the race here tonight. Oh, wait a minute, that's Lucas Oil. Scratch that. Oh, boy, I was already getting ready for Lucas Oil Raceway instead of California. I got to fire my crew. Oh, wait a minute, I got to hire a crew. Oh, boy. Thank heavens I got some really nice and patient friends here at High Octane Racing League, and folks that come out and watch the races here on TurnLeft TV. What a mess. We will take a look at the schedule here in the King of the Ovals series. Of course, this week we'll be at California in the stock cars. Next week, Indy cars at California. And then following that will be 2 weeks at Richmond, Iowa, coming up on 15 August and 15 October, 22 October. And then Phoenix with 2 weeks there, 29th of October and the 5th of November. Then finishing out the Kodo Series season at Indianapolis, 2 weeks there. So, first of 2 races here at California starting off tonight will be in the stock cars, obviously, tonight. Next week, Indy cars. Got about 4 minutes left in the warm-up session. Take a look at Tiago Gomez. He has really, I think, improved that racecraft. He has gotten that car up front each and every race here. So watch for Tiago tonight, not only in the Indy cars, or I mean the stock cars here tonight, but next week in those Indy cars. This guy's really, really showing a lot of muscle. The 9X car here tonight, one of those guys that I think in the conversation definitely to win this race. Of course, you don't want to enter the pit lane like that. Tim Lansbury, the 82 car. And just showed up a little bit late tonight, so we'll see how that works out for him. And man, I tell you what, he had a really strong car last night too. And had to work his way through traffic and just some misfortune there a little bit. I think he would have been in the hunt to win that race. That was such an interesting race, too, last night. Don't forget to check that out on TurnLeft TV. Last night's Steve Freeze Memorial 250. It was a heck of a race. It really was. One of the best ones we've had. Well, I'll tell you what the keys to the race are tonight is save your tires and be able to stay up on top of the wheel, because as the run goes on, this car is going to get loose. So you're going to want to try to make sure you save those tires as much as you can so you have something at the end. A lot of wide track here too. It can be a little dicey getting on the pit lane here, so that thing kind of creeps up on you in a hurry. So you got to be careful getting that car wound up. As you see Tim Lansbury practicing his pit, and here we go, man. I think we're ready to get this party started. King of the Oval Series, race number 5, and we are at Cali.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, boys and girls, here we go. All right. The starting order here tonight at Fontana. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in P1. Arthur Vieira second. Sean Jacobs will start in that third position. Preston Hassel outside row 2 in fourth. Starting in the fifth position will be Tiago Gomez in the 9X car. Jair Oliveira in the 7X starts in sixth. Starting in seventh is Tim Lansbury in the 82. Givaldo Spindola in the 68 will start in eighth position. Starting in ninth will be Will Dunbar in the 88 car. Dennis Unichin in the 47 starts in 10th, and John Stanley will start in the 11th position tonight. So again, as these tires start to wear out a little bit, you're going to see these cars getting loose. So I think you'll see guys climbing up the track, using that outside for just a little bit more grip maybe, and to keep the back end of that car from coming around. Bardelli Jr. is on the pole, and he will lead the field to take the green flag here, 90 laps at California. Thank heavens we have this track in the virtual world, because this track going bye-bye, they're going to put in a short track. So they'll tear this track down, but thank heavens we have it virtually. It's a fun track, and the Indy cars next week I think are going to be really, really fun too. Right, here we go. The pace car is in. 90 laps here at California.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Jacobs, a good start there for him. And already going 3 wide. Oh, man, it's a little early to begin that racing. 3 wide here as Jacobs is now in the middle. Thiago Gomez, he's pushing the issue on the inside line, and he gets that position. Fought hard to get around Sean Jacobs. Wow, man, these guys racing right off the bat. Looking out of the back of Thiago Gomez's machine, you see Sean Jacobs, Tim Lansbury, Arthur Vieira. These guys battling here early on to try to get some track position. Gomez jumped ahead. He was all over them like white on rice. No saving tires there for the 9X. Sean Jacobs down to the inside line. He's going to try to get around here. He says, I want that spot back, and he does. He takes it. Look at this, Tim Lansbury on the move in that 82 car. Tim Lansbury running in P4. He's starting to peek around on that inside of Thiago Gomez. Yeah, I was mentioning how important it is maybe to save tires. But no saving tires for Lansbury. Look at this, Arthur Vieira and Will Dunbar in this mix. Arthur Vieira in that 4X car, Will Dunbar in the 88. Oh, no, Vieira come around right there. Vieira lost grip and came around, and we got our first caution flag here. So Arthur Vieira lost the back end of that car and came around. We'll see what happened here as Vieira came around. Right here, Vieira just broke loose. And everybody gets through with no problems, but wow. Going on here, look at the out of the front of Givaldo's machine. You see Vieira spinning. 7X does a good job of getting out of the way. And you got to really take care of this stuff early on. John Stanley out of the front of his car. You see Vieira coming around there. Justin Hassel got out of the throttle, and Vieira does a good job as keeping from coming back down the track, and everybody was able to get away. Get away from that spinning cart. So Arthur Vieira will do his drive-through with the 2 to go and start at the end of the field. But basically the rule here is sort of a gentleman's agreement. I mean, you know, we used to sort of actively moderate this stuff, but decided to send it back to the guys here racing. But the deal is, if you cause the caution flag, you drive down pit lane with the 2 to go and start at the tail end of the field. And forget that GT3 series coming up tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, qualifications for Portugal GP, 45-minute race. And the High Octane Racing League GT3 series. I think this is race number 5 of the season. Come on out and join us here at High Octane Racing League if you want to do a little GT3 racing. Actually, after this broadcast, I'm going to get on the server and do some practicing for this race, so I'm going to try to race in it. Last week I had some bad luck with a connection issue, so hopefully things go better this week. Some of these guys have elected to stay out. Now, let's say Lansbury, Spindola, Vieira, and Uderchin, Stanley, all on pit lane. So about half the field on pit lane right now. You see Art Vieira there catching back up to the field.
Pit road will be open this time.
Now, it'd be interesting to see what Bardelli Jr. does as far as lane choice is concerned. I would think I would take the outside line personally, but Sean Jacobs got a pretty strong car in that 24. Tiago Gomez already has shown that he is going to be really, really aggressive tonight, really racy tonight. Will Dunbar is up in the 4th position in that 88. This would be a big win for that 88 crew. Sort of a part-time racer with us on Saturday nights and Friday nights. Does all our server maintenance, providing our servers and all that. So Jair Oliveira on pit lane, finishing up his pit stop now, coming back out on track in the 7X car. So a quickie caution. Now the question is, where does Bardelli start? Does he choose the inside line or the outside line? Some of these guys did not come down pit lane.
It'll be 1 to go.
We'll see if that matters. So it looks like Bardelli Jr. has elected to take the inside line, and that puts Gomez behind him. Will Dunbar will be up on the outside line, that 88 in the 4th position. Sean Jacobs outside row 1 now. And Uderchin and Vieira both on pit lane. Now coming back out on track. Dennis Uderchin will start in the 11th position. We don't need that. We'll use your keyboard. All right, we get back on. We'll start lap 9. Got a long way to go here, so a little aggressive, I think, early on for some of these guys. We're looking for a little less aggressiveness, a little bit more patience. And, guys that are going to be more aggressive, maybe on a longer run, that's going to end up biting them. So here we go side by side with the 91 and the 24. The lights are out on the pace car.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. 91 gets a good jump there as the 9X now jumps up there beside the 24 car. That 9X looking like he wants to get around the 91. He holds his serve, and the 27 running in the 4th position on the inside line. He's going to go up on the high side and work with Sean Jacobs. And everybody goes up to the high side there. Givaldo now down on that low side, however. He's looking a little racy. Givaldo down on the inside. He's battling Will Dunbar. So this 68 car looking to move up here early on, and Tim Lansbury just behind him. So Will Dunbar now giving up maybe 2 positions. He's falling back here early on. Maybe that tire save strategy. He has learned so much from racing by doing that GT3 series, and he is leading in points right now in the GT3 series. So definitely bumped up his racecraft. And just out of the front of his car, you got a little battle there with Tim Lansbury and Givaldo Spindola. Tim Lansbury in a Skyline Chili Ford Mustang running in the 6th position. Together getting around Dunbar as we're looking out of the front of that Microsoft-sponsored machine. John Stanley up on the outside line. That's Stanley Tools-sponsored Ford. Getting around the 7X of Jair Oliveira. So the 12 car now picking up the 9th position. Oliveira now back to 10th. Oliveira going up to the high line to see if he can't make something happen, and he's going to leave the door open for Dennis Udichin, I believe. Udichin on the inside line. He tucks in. So nose to tail right now. JJ giving it a peek on the inside line and backs off. 91 car is in the lead. The 9X, Thiago Gomez running in the 2nd position. Sean Jacobs 3rd. Preston Hassel is in 4th. Spindola having a good top 5 run here so far tonight. Oh, looked like maybe Thiago Gomez might have made contact with the wall coming off the turn. So this 9X car got a little bit tight there, drifting up the track, and coming off the turn, smacked the wall. What kind of damage now does Thiago Gomez have? Side by side now with the 24 car. This is for P2. Sean Jacobs in that Cal U sponsored machine to the inside and picks up that spot. Now Thiago Gomez trying to tuck in. So probably some right side damage now for that 9X machine. Came off turn 2 and smacked the wall on the previous lap. Dennis Udichin. Oh, the 7X drifted up the track there as Udichin gets around. Dennis Udichin up to the 10th position as Jair Oliveira now back to 11th. JJ looking like he has got some handling issues. That car went way up the track. So this 7X car, he got some fresh tires on that last caution flag, but now finds himself back in the 11th position. Arch, if you have Tim Lansbury here battling it out. 4X at the inside. Vieira in that Mustang battling the Mustang of the Skyline Chili Ford Mustang of Tim Lansbury. Good side-by-side battle here. Preston Hassel now looking like he wants to get around Thiago Gomez. Gomez back up into the wall. Trying to use that high entry. The 27 car is going to take advantage and get by. So Preston Hassel now up to the 3rd position. Will Dunbar and Dennis Uderchin having a battle here side by side. Dunbar following John Stanley up on the outside line. Dennis Uderchin on the inside line. Good battle here. Will Dunbar holds off that 47 car. John Stanley starting to move up here. He is in the 8th position now. Thiago Gomez and Preston Hassel. Side-by-side battle here. Gomez wanting to get back by Preston Hassel. Hassel using the outside line. Remember, Gomez probably got some right side damage there. Archivieta in this mix. This is a tight battle here. We got a yellow flag. A yellow flag here. It looks like Givaldo Spindle is off the pace. Claudio Bardelli Jr. will take the caution flag, as we think Givaldo may have come around. Take a look at here. Givaldo's on the inside line. Oh, he touches the apron just a little bit, and the back end of that car comes around. Oh, Will Dunbar! Look at that miss right there. My Evans, did you see that? That 88 car. Oh my heavens, man. Watch this. Will Dunbar gets by right there. Look at that, man. Misses the 68 car. Watch this, man. Slow-mo, Will Dunbar is absolutely wrecked right there. Oh, my heavens, man. Go aboard here with Jairo Leveda, and as he watches out of the front of his car, watch that Will Dunbar machine right there. Gets on the brakes and misses the 68 car. Wow. Watch his work at this wheel here as Givaldo, he gets on the brakes and he cranks this wheel. Oh, right there. What the heck, man? That was a great move by the 88 car. Woo. So what a move by Will Dunbar. My heavens, man. It looked like Givaldo had just touched the apron and broke that car loose. Don't forget the GT3 series will be in action tomorrow, Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Will be qualifications for race number 5 of the season. We'll be at Portugal in the High Octane Racing League GT3 series. 45-minute race. Quals start at 2 p.m. Racing starts at 2:30. That's the High Octane Racing League GT3 series.
Pit road will be open this time for lead lap cars.
Some guys coming down pit lane here as we see Claudio Bardelli Jr. leading the crew down pit lane. That's going to give the race lead to Dennis Uderchin. As we see Bardelli Jr. on pit lane. finishing up his pit stop, coming back out, shown in the 6th position, but I would suggest you some of these guys that have stayed out are going to come down pit lane. I would imagine Dennis Schuderchen will come down pit lane right now, our race leader. Good to see Ritsky Novar in here. Hopefully I pronounced his name correctly. Ritsky. Dennis Schuderchen, the leader. JJ, Jair Oliveira is in 2nd. Tim Lansbury 3rd. Tiago Gomez shown in the 4th position. I think probably a good 3 of these guys, 3 or 4 of these guys, maybe impressed the Hassel too. I don't know if he built, actually he came out the whole 4, Bardelli Jr., so 1, 2, 3, and 4, I think, are all going to make a pit stop here. We'll see. Looks like JJ indicating he's coming down pit lane. Looks like the 47 also. Dennis Schuderchen coming down pit lane. Making his pit stop. He is racing from Kharkiv, Ukraine. How about that, huh? Back to real life and enjoying a little bit of his passion, and that is sim racing. So it's good to see Dennis out. Talk to Dennis good once a week just to see how he's doing. And here's probably like 5 o'clock in the morning there, and here he is racing with us. Alexei Salviev says, "Go Dennis!" How about that? Good to see Alexei in here. Alexei had a heck of a race last night, man. Wow. Good to see those guys in here. Ritsky Novar and Alexei Salviev. '82, Tim Lansbury, our race leader in this Skyline Chili Ford Mustang. Caution number 2. And Lansbury is going to take the inside line. That puts Tiago Gomez up on the outside line. Alexei Salviev had a good top 10. Good top 10 run. Finished in the 9th position last night. I'm low-key amazed by the street quality of this race. Hey, man, nothing but the best here. Nothing but the best. I thought for sure, Alexei, when you worked your way to the front, man, I know you got loose in a hurry. That thing just flipped a switch there, worked your way to the front, and you were looking really, really fast. So I was so happy that you came out and spent the night with us here, racing in the Steve Freeze Memorial 250. Now, Tim Lansbury, one of our drivers from New York, loves Skyline Chili, and they don't have any in New York, so he has to drive to Ohio, the closest place to Cincinnati, to be able to get some Skyline. He says his daughter lives out that way. It's actually not too far from where I live, probably about 2 hours from Cincinnati, maybe 2.5. All right, so here we go, getting ready to go back green.
Green flag, go, go,
Back
go.
to green. Oh, that 9X car gets a good jump. Tries to block the 91, scrubs off some speed. The 91, Bardelli Jr. going to go down to the bottom line to follow Lansbury. Gomez up on the outside line, and he's going to play some defense here as he is way up the track. They're 3 wide. Oh, and there's contact right there with the 68 car. Gomez and the 68 get together. Gomez to the inside, and wow, man, there was hard contact for Thiago Gomez. And he might be coming down pit lane here. Trying to hold on to this thing, I think. This thing's about ready to come around on him. 9X looks like he's coming down pit lane. He might be fired up right now. Oh, my heavens, man. Take a look here and see what happened. This is after the fact. Gomez had gotten into the wall as it went 3 wide right here, and they're almost 4 wide. He gets into the wall. Right there, Givaldo comes across the track and gets into him. So Givaldo had made contact here. Take a look at the Givaldo in this replay, and they're 4 wide right here, and he comes drifting up the track, comes off the corner, and right here gets into the 9X car, and then hard contact with the wall. As we're watching that replay here, we got another yellow flag. Looks like Givaldo might have come around. He had some damage. We were watching that replay with Givaldo, but it does look like Givaldo might have come around. Givaldo has a ton of damage here, and now he slides back up the track, and it looks like he's going to get into Dennis Udichin. Oh, Dennis hard into the wall, too. That was almost the same type of incident that happened with Thiago. Right here is he drifts up the track and gets into Dennis Udichin in that 47 car and hard into the wall. Go on board here with Dennis. Is the 68 car drifting up the track there, coming off the turn. So our third caution flag. Gomez might still be on pit lane. Though he's come off pit lane, he's now down 2 laps. And I would bet that Givaldo is going to have a ton of damage. Udichin's probably going to have some damage as well that he's going to need to get repaired. We've got a lively chat session going on. Low-key amazed by the stream quality of this race. You mean the stream quality of just TurnLeftTV or what? Always like folks coming out and watching the races. Remember when I first started doing this stuff, I was so nervous. And actually, I wouldn't even stream it live. I would record the race and then upload it to YouTube if I thought it was okay. And it took me a long time before I was brave enough to go live with these streams. Yeah, we're already at the number of cautions we had last night in a 250-mile race. Now, this track is pretty challenging here. It does get loose early on, late. Maybe the middle it might not be so bad, but this track can be a little challenging. Bushwhacker Series will be back in action on September the 23rd. This is coming Friday at 140 laps at Lucas Oil Raceway. A little short track action. It's race number 6 of the season. And this is a fun track, man. Kudos to Paulo Chachalowski for converting this track. Actually, this track's about 30 miles from my house. So Lucas Oil Raceway has actually watched the truck series, went to the truck series race just about, about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago at Lucas Oil. And a fun track, so that'll be live right here on Turn Left TV at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. '82 Tim Lansbury coming back out. Now, Jair Oliveira in the 7X car is the race leader. Thiago Gomez is just behind. Now, Thiago is 1 lap down. He's gotten 1 lap back. Don't forget the schedule. We'll be at California next week in the Indy cars. Following that, on October 1st, we'll be back in the stock cars at Richmond. Indy cars the next week. So this is 14 races and 7 tracks, alternating mods. So next week, all the red on the schedule are Indy cars, and all the gray would be the stock car nights. So we're going to crown the king of the ovals about halfway through November at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, my home track. Waldo has retired his machine for the second caution flag. Maybe he'll show up in the chat session. He usually in there. Usually hangs out with us. All right, the 7X, Jair Oliveira, he will lead the field to take the green flag this time by. I guess we got 1 more lap. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you want an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages available from you to choose from. Also, you can host your website or your online store, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting, all through EliteHostingUSA.com. No matter where you are in the world, EliteHostingUSA.com can provide you with a server in your local area for rFactor 2. Yeah, Lexi, I think I'm going to go to... You check out the YouTube channel there. I went to the GT World race at Indianapolis, 8-hour endurance race at Indianapolis last year, and I had garage passes, was able to walk up to the cars and the crews and so forth, and plan on doing that again this year. They're going to be, I think it's like October 8th. They're going to be back in Indy for another 8-hour race, so plan on surprising my nephew. If the weather looks good, I'm not going to be out in the rain, but if the weather looks good, I'm going to surprise my nephew and take him this year. See the 7X car coming down pit lane, so he's gotten his laps led. Tim Lansbury back to the lead. Claudio Bardelli Jr. will start on the outside in the 2nd position. Arthur Villa in the 4X car starts in 3rd. 24. Sean Jacobs starts in the 4th position. John Stanley in that Stanley Tools number 12 car will start in 5th. Preston Hassel in the 27. He starts in 6th. We have got a couple guys on pit lane. Oliveira, Uderchin, Gomez, all on pit lane. JJ finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track as we get these guys ready to take the green flag. These guys will close in on the back of the field, like Uderchin, Oliveira, and Gomez, all closing back in with a late pit stop. And I think here 29 laps in, we're at 3 caution flags. The guys are going to have to exercise a little bit of patience. I think all 3, well, now all 4 starts probably will be, have been pretty aggressive. Maybe guys feel like track position is king, but I think if you save your tires and you have a long run, you're going to be the guy to beat. So Tim Lansbury in the 82 will lead the field to take the green flag this time by here as the pace car heads off the track.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Here we go, we're starting at lap 30. Start there for Bardelli Jr. on the outside. Tim Lansbury not fighting too hard. I think he's got somebody that he races with quite a bit behind him in the 24 car. So Sean Jacobs at 24 running in the 3rd position. Looking on the backside of that 82. Sean Jacobs looking on the inside line to see if he's going to try to get by here in the turn. Jacobs gives up the ghost there, but he's got the 27 car on the backside of him running in P4. Bardelli Jr.'s opened up a pretty good gap here on Tim Lansbury. Got about 3.5 tenths. Argivetta going down the bottom side, giving it a peek on the 27. Preston Hassel up on the high side. Argivetta trying to work that low line, and he might end up giving up a position as John Stanley's going to work the high line. I said that earlier that I think the high line is in play. Use up those tires on that bottom line, and you see Argivetta tuck in. Maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable on that inside line. See him counter steering the back end of that car, wanting to come around. Everybody sort of settling down here, at least for now, as the 91 leads the field. And he got a big win last night in the Steve Freeze Memorial 250. Claudio Bardelli Jr. was last night's winner, and can he make it 2 nights in a row? Take a look at John Stanley now at Argivetta side by side as Will Dunbar getting into this action. Dunbar in that 88 car running behind the 4X and the 12, and he's going to use this high line as well. John Stanley used that high line a little while ago and got around the 4X. Now the 88 car going to try to do so, not able to do it. Now the 4X showing a little muscle on the inside line, and he's going to get by John Stanley. The 4X now climbing up to the 5th position. Take a look at this pass here as the 4X car gets around John Stanley. Now claims 4th as John Stanley falls back to the 5th position. Take a look at the 24 car. Sean Jacobs running in the 3rd spot, about a second behind the race leader. We've got a 3-car breakaway. Our 4th car line is Preston Hassel. Now good battle here with Tim Lansbury and Sean Jacobs. Jacobs closed in on Lansbury. So Lansbury's car might be falling off a little bit. The 24 and the 82 now battling for the 2nd position. Sean Jacobs looking on the inside, so he's been working that outside line, but now pushing the inside. Drifted up behind the 82. Doesn't have what it takes on that lap to get by. On board here with Sean Jacobs. He wants me to turn around and look at his race suit. Oh, he's headless. How the hell is he driving the car? Oh, man, this game. They used to have a nice little view right here that was over on the other side of the dash that you could turn around and look at the driver. And I haven't done that in a while. But we can climb down through the roof. There you go, Sean Jacobs at the wheel. He always likes to get his suit in there. I don't see any TurnLeftTV logos on that, so we got a problem. And Sean Jacobs pulls off that pass and gets around the 82 car. Take a look at that pass on the inside line. It's the 24 getting by the 82. Well, we always say that Sean Jacobs drives like he has no head. We've just confirmed it. Well, Sean Jacobs now in the second position. Without a head or with the head, we don't know. Bardelli Jr. is the leader. Take a look at this, the 7X and the 88 car side by side. Givaldo joining us in the chat session now. Good to see him. A tough night there tonight. This is a tough track as the 88 battling the 7X of Jair Oliveira. Oliveira here showing some strength here late in this run. Archie Vieira now here closing in on the 82 car. So Vieira to the inside line. Man, he has really worked his way up through the field. Now taking over the third position. Not so fast. Tim Lansbury looking on the inside. He holds off that pass, so Lansbury falls back to the fourth spot. Jair Oliveira in this 7X car. On the inside. Oh, he's down below that yellow line. Gotta be careful about that cut track stuff. So this car's getting a little bit loose on him. The 7X showing that he is a little bit loose. You can tell coming around that turn. This 7X car's got a handful right now as John Stanley's closing back in. Good battle here. John Stanley on the outside. Closing in on this 7X machine. Side by side now. JJ trying to hold off a charge by the 12 car. John Stanley in 7th. Oliveira running into 6th position. All this side by side. Will Dunbar is going to be in this zip code now. Jomar Peixoto in here, man. We missed Jomar. Where's he at? Where's he been? Good to see him on the track. On board here with Will Dunbar as I think the 12 car gotten into the wall. On board here with Will Dunbar is the 12 of John Stanley, following behind JJ. Dennis Udicher, we find him a lap down in that 47 car. So he had a lot of damage earlier on, and he is just trying to battle here for a good finish. A little bit loose on that machine, so he is trying to keep that thing pointed in the right direction. Tell you who's pointing this car in the right direction, and that is the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag here. Right here, Preston Hassel coming around. Preston Hassel spun that car around, and a yellow flag. These guys close in and take the yellow. So Preston, like a self-spin. 27 car right here coming off the turn, gets loose, spins his car around. The good news is there's a lot of room here at this track, and he keeps it off the wall. So worst thing is he's lost some track position and have to start at the back of the field, but no damage to that car. Right here, watch this. As the back end comes around, lost the air off the front of that car too. It was a good job of keeping it off the wall. Now to the back of Tim Lansbury's machine, you see Preston just coming around. He was trying to save it. He will start at the tail end of the field. This is Bardelli Jr. Leading a lot of laps here. I want to thank you for coming out here and joining us tonight here on TurnLeft TV. Man, we got Gilmar in here, Givaldo, Alexi. Ritsky is in here as well. So good to see them in here. Peace to everybody out there, all the folks watching here on YouTube, and all those folks who continue to come out and watch races who have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so and help me out here at TurnLeft TV. And share my videos with all your friends. Anywhere you can share YouTube videos, you're more than welcome to share mine here at TurnLeft TV. And we've got racing a couple times a week. The rest of the week, I've got to do my normal gig, which is teaching biology and anatomy, and have a lot of fun doing that. But I'm exhausted at the end of the week. I just cannot wait to get home to broadcast a couple races over the weekend. And my plan now is going to be to race in that GT3 Series race tomorrow. We'll see. If there's enough guys, I may switch over and do a broadcast and broadcast it for the masses. But hey, thanks for coming out here to TurnLeft TV. Appreciate you being here tonight. And don't forget, next week we got Lucas Oil Raceway coming up, 140 laps, race number 6. It's going to be hard to beat that that race we had last night at Charlotte in the Steve Freeze Memorial 250. But Lucas Oil is a fun one, so you don't want to miss it. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. coming down pit lane. Bardelli Jr. taking his pits. As we watch Art Vieira coming back out on track after making his pit stop. Preston Hassel right now getting some laps led. He's going to have to come down pit lane and start at the end of the line. Tiago Gomez
Pit road will be open
in
this
here.
time.
Wait a minute. Didn't Tiago in the race? Oh, he's in the race. How's he chatting? That was Tiago Gomez chatting, and he's in second position right now. Keep your hands on the wheel, bro. Preston Hassler going to have to come down pit lane to start at the end of the line. So we'll take a look at him. So that right rear tire on that spin was almost gone. So he was lucky to not get any damage on that. So just came around, boogered out the tires a little bit, but no physical damage. Gilmar here rooting on all the Brazilian drivers. Well, hey, what about the American broadcaster? How about that? Come on, Gilmar, let's go. Don't make me get out the main cam here and give you the finger wag. Don't make me give you the finger wag here. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car is going to be the race leader, as we see Preston Hassler coming down pit lane. So it looks like Givaldo is elected to go to the inside line. Let's see if we can get these both the same size. What do you think? Both these numbers. I bet we can. There you go. Look at that right there. Just got to line them up a little bit better. Preston Hassler coming back out on track. So Bardelli Jr., the leader. Sean Jacobs up on the outside line. I think we've seen this before. Nah, Jomar, we're always here to help, man. If you ever need any help and some pointers and so forth on how to set up your race wheel and so forth, we definitely have some guys that will help you. And I mean that too. Don't be discouraged. We'd love to see you back out here, and we definitely miss you. Claudio Bardelli Jr. leading the field to go back green. Here we go. Oh man, I tell you what, JJ did not get a good start. That 7X car. That car spun the tires as the 4X gets by, the 82 gets by, and now Will Dunbar looking to get by on the inside line. So Will Dunbar in this 88 car looking to get around that 7X car who spun his tires on the start. These guys, the aggressiveness have gone back up here. Will Dunbar not able to pull off that pass, and he's going to have to try to bail and get up to the high side as soon as he can. But he's got the 9X looking on the low or the high side. Will Dunbar still push that issue on the low line, battling John Stanley. John Stanley in the 12 car in the 6th position, working this outside line. He's got JJ just ahead, trying to see if he can't dive down to the inside line. Will Dunbar just behind him in that 7 position in the 88 car. Sean Jacobs now battling Tim Lansbury, who's gone up to the high side. I should say Tim Lansbury battling Sean Jacobs because Lansbury's on the move. Sean Jacobs started in the 2nd position, and Lansbury pushing the issue on the outside line. Looks like he's a little faster here as that outside line going to win out. And Archie Vieta now creeping up into this mix. On board here with Sean Jacobs running in P3. As Vieta now falling back just a little bit, giving him a break. But I'll tell you what, Tim Lansbury looking really racy. He's all over the back of Claudio Bardelli Jr. right now. Lansbury to the outside. He used up the 24 car on the outside line. Can the 82 use this outside line to get by the 91? Not this lap as the 91 holds serve. Lansbury had to get out of the gas to keep from getting into the wall. Now he scrubbed off a little speed as Sean Jacobs coming back. You see Tim Lansbury running in P2. Sean Jacobs now closing back up onto the back of him. As the 91 leading the field coming off the turn. Oh, Jacobs looks like he was up in the wall. Sean Jacobs looked like he got up into the wall and scrubbed off some speed. Man, I tell you what, he almost got that car to come around on him. Sean Jacobs missing a right side. Oh, right side tire there, baby. Burnt off that outside tire there, keeping it from hitting the wall. My heavens, man. Go back and take a look at that. This is Sean Jacobs to the outside and almost gets into the wall as Vieta gets by, does a great job. Holy smokes, man. Vieta did a great job of missing that. Watch this, Archie Vieta out of the front of his machine. Wow, what a heads-up move. That's just luck right there a little bit too. Skill and luck combined. Preston Hassel and Jair Oliveira battling it out. Preston Hassel now down to the inside. 27 car looking to move back to the front as the 7X up on a high line. Leaving that door open for the 9X machine. Gomez is back on the lead lap. That's good news for him in the 9X car. So it's taken him a little while to get there. But he's back on the lead lap here. We are past halfway. Leadership now with the lucky dog spot. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the lead. JJ to the inside. He is way off the pace down this inside line as Thiago Gomez at work at the outside line. JJ may be trying to hang on to this thing. As we saw earlier on, his car kind of fell off. A couple Toyota Camrys here battling it out. Through the tri-oval. Archie Vieta in a 4X car. Kind of out there by himself right now. He's got that Vulcan's number 24 behind. As he had gotten around the 24 car who had almost got into the wall. Now he's opened up a little bit of a gap. John Stanley now to working on the back of the 24 car. He's got a little bit of help with Will Dunbar. Well, it looks like the John Stanley machine's drifting high. He is fighting maybe a loose condition. Will Dunbar in the 88 Microsoft-sponsored Ford Mustang running behind the Stanley Tools Mustang. These two Mustangs trying to close in on that Camaro of Sean Jacobs. take a look at Will Dunbar just behind John Stanley. Will Dunbar is trying to close in on John Stanley. We're on board on that right side with John Stanley looking at the front end of Will Dunbar's machine. Will Dunbar really giving it a look here. He's running behind John Stanley right now and harassing him a little bit. So a little bit of harassment by Will Dunbar as John Stanley trying to open up a gap, get away from that 88 car. A little bit of a good green flag run here. We are 60 laps in, 30 laps to go. And this 91 car is the leader. Claudio Bardelli Jr., big win last night and looking solid here tonight. He's got a second lead over Tim Lansbury. That battle for the second position is getting a little bit tighter as Arthur Vitter closing in. So the 82 and the 4X, and the 4X is closing in on this 82 car. Down from 2/10. Maybe a little bit dirty air here, not able to pull off that pass this time. Take a look at here as the 27 and the 12 battling here. John Stanley up the high side, and this Twix-sponsored Ford Mustang, the number 27 of Preston Hassel on the inside line, trying to get around John Stanley. This is for the fifth position. Oh, we got a yellow flag as the 27 pulls off that pass. We got a yellow flag here. And it might be our race leader, Claudio Bardelli Jr. So something's happened to the race leader, Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car. Off the pace, now back to 9th as the caution flag is out. Take a look and see what happened. Bardelli Jr. just came around, just a self-spin. Maybe he was thinking about coming down pit lane. I'm not sure, but the 91 came around. These guys did a good job of missing him. Kicking that car back into gear. So something happened to Bardelli Jr. and caused that car to come around. The back end of this car just breaking loose. And he comes around. Take a look at out of the front of Arthur Vieta's machine at the 91 spinning. I don't know if he was coming down pit lane, but that car looked like he was down low enough where he was maybe wanting to come down pit lane, but didn't happen. Ended up spinning. So Archer Vieira is the leader. Lansbury's second, Jacobs third, and has Bardelli's luck run out? The 91 has his luck run out. My heavens, man. That is an uncharacteristic spin from the 91 car. So Givaldo giving us the sad face at that spin by Claudio. We all know Claudio. He'll be back in the hunt there. Really, right now he's only in fifth. He will have to start at the back of the field. But that's no big deal for Claudio. He could work his way up through. We don't have a huge field here. We got only 11 cars tonight. One car out of the race. Don't forget, the GT3 Series will be in action tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 45-minute race from Portugal. It's the GP configuration in the GT3 Series, and this is a fun track. It'll be a interesting one getting into Turn 1, but don't forget, it starts at 2 p.m. Quals, and race will start at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. We've got some guys on pit lane as Bardelli Jr. hanging out here. He'll have to pit with the 2 to go. Don't forget to join us over at highoctaneracing.net. It's a good way to get a quick link to our Discord server. And there you'll find our schedule of our entire series, the highoctaneracing.net League Series. We have the 3 series in action right now with the King of the Ovals, which you're watching tonight. Bushwhacker Series on Friday night. And Sunday afternoons, we have the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. We'll get updates on point standings and also who's running what throughout the week, and a quick link to TurnLeft TV. That's highoctaneracing.net. '91 going to hang out here just a little bit longer. Hit with the 2 to go. Bushwhacker Series will be at Lucas Oil Raceway. A little short track action located just outside of Indianapolis, Indiana. About 30 miles away from home. You know, look at that, man. We got Lucas Oil Raceway. We've got Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Some big tracks in stock cars. And, of course, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, big track in anything, right? Well, race number 6 of the season, September 23rd, coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. 140 laps of short track action from Lucas Oil Raceway. We take a look at the schedule there in that Bushwhacker Series. Of course, last night was the Steve Freeze 250, 167-lap race, and a great race. One for the ages. If you haven't checked that out on our YouTube channel, please check that out. It was last night's race. It should be in the Bushwhackers playlist. Steve Freeze Memorial 250. See Phoenix coming up on September the 30th. California will be back here in the Xfinity Series on October 7th. Bristol headed your way on October 14th, and finishing out the season at Talladega Superspeedway for a 70-lap race on October the 21st. We got a tight points battle here in the King of the Ovals Series. It's tied for the championship so far. John Stanley, Claudio Bardelli Jr. tied for first. Preston Hassel sits in third. Jesus Iglesias fourth. Paul Brown in fifth. Will Dunbar sits sixth in points. You see Dennis Huge in seventh. Givaldo Spindola, Franco Alvarez, and JJ Jair Oliveira rounding out at the top 10. You should say 10th right there instead of 11th. Always something, isn't it? As Preston Hassel will lead the field to take the green flag this time, so he is back to the lead. Arthur Vieira will start on the outside line, I suspect. Looks like it. Tim Lansbury starts in third. Will Dunbar is up to the fourth position in the 88 car. The 9X. Thiago Gomez, he's shown in the fifth position. So here we go.
Green flag,
The guys start on the outside for some reason. Back to green. 27 gets off a good start at 4X, and the 82 side by side on this restart. Vieira in third. As now he has to tuck in, the 82 holding on to that spot. But I'll tell you what, he is all over the back of the 82 car right now. Archie Vieira down to the inside. We saw him using this inside line earlier. He's able to get a good launch off the turn. Preston Hassel wants to see these guys get racing. Sean Jacobs and Will Dunbar battling it out. Sean Jacobs to the inside as we see Vieira going to the inside in the 82 car. So a couple side-by-side battles here. Sean Jacobs side-by-side with Will Dunbar. As Will Dunbar tucking in. Sean Jacobs holding him off. Sean Jacobs now looking on the low side of the 4X machine as Tim Lansbury has opened up that gap on Arthur Vieira. Lansbury now starting to climb all over the back of Preston Hassel. Preston Hassel in the 27 car. Twix sponsor machine has a whole lot of Tim Lansbury right there in his zip code. As Lansbury wants to get up there and lead some more laps. Preston Hassel wants to win this race. He doesn't want to give that up. We're on lap 72. We are winding it down, man, so the aggressiveness has turned up a little bit. Uderchen's gotten back on the lead lap. That's good for him in that 47 car. Now he's battling JJ. This is for the 9th position. Good to see Dennis back on the lead lap. He had to work pretty hard for it. I know he's got a significant amount of damage from an earlier incident in the race. This Ford Mustang right now in 10th. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Will Dunbar fighting it out. Good side-by-side with the 88 and the 91. Bardelli Jr.'s got a ringside seat now for that 4X and the 24. 24 gets around the 4X machine. Take a look at that pass as the 4X got up into the wall, and Sean Jacobs taking advantage and getting by. Out of the front of Sean Jacobs' machine as the 4X scraping the wall, and he gets by. Preston Hassel right now the leader is the 82, starting to drift high, and he's leaving the door open for that 24 car. Preston Hassel the leader. Sean Jacobs starting to look a little racy here late in this race. Sean Jacobs down to the inside. He's trying to get around the 82 car. Looking out of the back of Preston Hassel's machine. Now Sean Jacobs has cleared the 82. He is closing in on the 27 car. '88 car indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. So Will Dunbar indicating he's going to be making a pit stop here. Maybe a little strategy. Will Dunbar on pit lane. Sean Jacobs is the new race leader. He's gotten around Preston Hassel. See John Stanley coming down pit lane as well. So Will Dunbar making a pit stop in this '88 car. Well, a long time on pit road here as now Sean Jacobs starting to inch ahead and open up a gap on the 3, Hassel, Lansbury, and Vieta. Will Dunbar finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. So the '88 car now may be done for pit stops. Sean Jacobs the leader. We'll take a look at that pass for the race lead as Sean Jacobs goes to the inside and works on this 27 car. Man, a 27 got, oh man, I tell you what, I think he got a little scared. He was going down to the bottom line there, and Jacobs was there, and he got a little scared, and it looked like he snapped that car to the right and almost got up into the wall. Take a look at Dennis Schuderchen now up to that 6th position in this 47 car. So he's back on the lead lap and looking to maybe try to crack the top 5. So Schuderchen looking pretty solid here as we got some guys on pit lane. Preston Hassel's finished up his pit stop, so he's pitted. John Stanley now shown a lap down, so not sure what's happened to the 12 car. Something happened to him. Maybe he sped coming down pit lane. He is now down a lap. He is the first car 1 lap down, so if there's a caution flag, he's going to be able to get his lap back. But this is not the time to hope for that. As Sean Jacobs is the leader in the 24, Vulcan's sponsor Camaro. Tim Lansbury is in 2nd, Bardelli Jr. 3rd. Archer Vieta now climbing up the grid. It looks like it looks like Sean Jacobs is coming down pit lane. So our race leader making a pit stop here on lap 80. That's going to give the race lead to Tim Lansbury as Sean Jacobs on pit lane. I think Lansbury is going to make a pit stop as well. Lansbury indicating he's going to come down pit lane. He's coming on pit lane as Sean Jacobs is coming off pit lane. Vieta now the race leader in this 4X car here on lap 81. So starting to wind it down. Things getting a little serious now, aren't they? Sean Jacobs rejoining the racing surface. He's now back in the 9th position. But some of these other guys ahead of him, they know they have to come down pit lane. Artur Vieta, Claudio Bardelli Jr., 1-2. John Stanley in the 9th position as Sean Jacobs gets by. 82 car now blending back in after making a pit stop. John Stanley in the 12 car. He is now back on the lead lap. He's on the tail end of the lead lap as Tim Lansbury also on the tail end of the lead lap. Will Dunbar finds himself a lap down in that 88 car, so he's now in the lucky dog position. The 4X still has not pitted. Tim Lansbury to the inside here at John Stanley, the 82 car. Now getting by John Stanley. Taking over the 8th position. John Stanley falls back to 9th. Take a look at this. Jair Oliveira, Tiago Gomez battling it out. 7X and the 9X. The 7X, JJ on the inside line. It's going to get around Tiago. Tiago now back to the 4th position. Maybe these guys are trying to stretch it. And the 4X make it the rest of the way. Sean Jacobs and Preston Hassel battling side by side. Sean Jacobs in that 24 car, and Preston Hassel in the 27. Preston Hassel tucks in as Sean Jacobs picks up a spot. He's now up to the 6th position. Preston Hassel's going to try to get the spot back side by side here with the 24. Little Ford versus Chevy, and the 27 gets back by, holds on to that 6th position. Oh, now Sean Jacobs going to give him a taste of his own medicine. Sean Jacobs to the inside. Tim Lansbury likes this. Oh, there might have been some contact there. Might have been contact. Tim Lansbury watching that. Oh, my heavens, man. Watch this out in front of Tim Lansbury's machine. Here on lap 85, Sean Jacobs once back by, and there might have been a little kiss right there. I think there's some chocolate Twix all over the side of that Vulcan-sponsored Camaro. Lansbury watching that action. He gets by. Holy smokes. This 4X car, he is out there by himself. 5 seconds up, and does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? That's the question, as these guys race their guts out. Right now, Artur Vieta got about a 6-second lead over Claudio Bardelli Jr. Question is, does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? Look at this gap here, and he's still closing or opening the gap on the 91. So maybe the 91 on fuel save strategy as well. This could be a fuel mileage race here in California. Bardelli Jr. in save mode. Vieta in save mode. Bardelli Jr. running into 2nd position as these guys wanting to close in. Vieta starting to run away. Maybe he realizes now he's got enough fuel to make it to the end. Three laps to go as Artur Vieta in control. We know he's on fuel save strategy. Pretty clean track ahead, and he's still opening up a gap, so I think he is done saving fuel, and he is going to make it to the end, I believe. Arthur Vieta now coming down pit lane. That is a game changer. Arthur Vieta's got to make a pit stop. Big time turn of events here now. Now does Claudio Bardelli Jr. have enough fuel? Can Bardelli Jr. make it? Arthur Vieta is on pit lane. Devastating for Arthur. Thought he was going to be able to make it to the end. Can Bardelli Jr. pull it off? Arthur Vieta now coming back onto the track after making a pit stop. Boy, I thought he had this thing won. Bardelli Jr. cross the start-finish line. We've got one to go. Is he going to make it? Can he make it to the end? On board here. I don't see any clutching, so maybe he's okay. Got a 5-second lead. And he is halfway there. Claudio Bardelli Jr., is he going to make it a weekend sweep here in the stock cars? Coming off turn 4, here you go, Claudio Bardelli Jr. I think he's going to be able to coast there. There you go, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Friday night and Saturday night sweep. Holy smokes. Some drama. Drama at the finish here, the late stages of this race, and Claudio Bardelli Jr. capitalizes. Vieta battles back for an 8th place finish, but that late race pit stop, not good for Arthur Vieta. He tried, let's give him credit for that, and the 91. So congratulations to the 91. On getting the win. So Claudio Bardelli Jr., the weekend sweep. How about that, huh? And he doesn't have enough fuel to do a burnout. How about that? What a great race. We had a couple of caution flags there to sort of keep things interesting, but being a good race, huh? Interesting. Fuel mileage strategy. And it gets the win. It gets the weekend sweep, too. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. holds off. Saves fuel. And gets the win. Take a look at the final results. Claudio Bardelli Jr. gets the win in the 91 car. Thiago Gomez, what a battle back for him. Finished in second. Dennis Schuderchin finishes third. Jair Leveda fourth. Tim Lansbury finished in the 5th position. Sean Jacobs 6th. Preston Hassel finished in the 7th spot. Arthur Vieta finishes in the 8th spot. John Stanley 9th. William Dunbar finishes in the 10th position. And finishing in 11th is Givaldo Spindler in the 68 car. Wow, what a Interesting race there, huh? As Bardelli Jr. gets the big win here in the King of the Ovals Series, Saturday Night Thunder style here at California. And hopefully we'll be able to get him up in the booth and have a chat with us. All right, Claudio Bardelli Jr. joins us up here for the second night in a row and gets a big win here at California. Boy, you had to be almost out of fuel on that run.
Hello, Heath. Good night. Hello, fans. It's crazy. It's 0.02. It's crazy.
Well, what were you thinking there when Archer Vieta was he was running away from you a little bit, about 5, 6, 7 second lead, and I think you were saving gas, and I had a feeling that he just gave up on that and he took off, but it didn't help him. He had to come down pit lane. So what were you thinking? Did you know that he didn't have enough fuel to make it to the end?
Yes, I tried to save it. I committed the yellow flag in 63 lap, but this saved my strategy. But I changed the tires. I put the fuel in 67 lap. I tried to save, to draft, and I will to control it when the guys in my before me is in the pit. I try to save the fuel, patience. I will. I didn't.
Well, I don't know, whatever magic potion you've got right now, I think we all need a little bit of that. You keep winning and winning and winning. And next week we've got some Indy cars at California too. Do you feel like you've got an Indy car at California to win the race?
I tried. But I like the Indy cars. It's very fast, very exciting. The change the setup, the save the fuel, the pacing, change the position. It's very, very difficult, but I like it. I try to win next week.
Well, congratulations. It looks like some of your buddies, and I guess my buddies too, Jomar and Tiago, Givaldo, all in the YouTube chat session congratulating you. And how about Tiago? He battled back for a second place finish tonight after having a really tough time early in the race. He has to get the award for being able to recover the best in this race.
Yeah, it's very best the race with Tiago, and I try to words in Portuguese.
Absolutely.
Please. Agradecer a galera aí, parabéns aí, Tiagão, Givaldão, Gilmar, que tá na transmissão que eu tô vendo aqui, o Jair, o Arthur. Dizem que o Arthur só não quis fazer a entrevista aqui, mas vamos lá. Gente, brigadão, tamo junto, vamos pra próxima. Thank you again, Heath.
All right, congratulations. Good luck to you next week, and enjoy 2 big wins this weekend.
Thank you.
That's Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us up here in the booth, and got a big win tonight and a big win last night. And wow, man, maybe he'll come out and race with us at Portugal in the GT3 Series tomorrow and make it 3 nights in a row a win. Who knows? If anybody can do it, it's definitely Claudio Bardelli Jr. So congratulations to him on getting a big win tonight here at California in the Stock Cars King of the Ovals. Speaking of that GT3 Series, we're back in action with it. Coming up tomorrow, qualifications start at 2 p.m. We'll be at Portugal for race number 5 of the season, 45-minute race. It's the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series on a Sunday afternoon here at High Octane Racing League. Don't forget the Bushwhacker Series will be back in action on Friday, September the 23rd. Next Friday, 140 laps at Lucas Oil Raceway. Some short track action, race number 6 of the season. And, of course, that'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeft TV tonight. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're wanting an rFactor 2 server for your league, or how about hosting your website or your online store, VPS hosting and shared web hosting as well. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. Thanks so much for coming in here to TurnLeft TV tonight. Peace to everybody out there. Givaldo, Gilmar, Thiago, those guys joining us in the chat session. Alexei Salviev was in here as well earlier, and also Ritsky as well joining us. So maybe we'll see him in the GT3 Series race tomorrow. Peace to everybody out there. Be kind to one another, and have a good night. I'm going to go up here and see my friends. Thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. Congratulations to Claudio Bardelli Jr. on getting the 2 nights in a row win in the stock cars. I'm out of here.